Hello everybody and welcome to episode 16 of Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. We are right where we left off at the end of the previous episode, which means probably most of the way up the Reacher, which is a giant tower, part scaffolding, part just big mountain. And during the last episode, we'd come up here and encountered a chromatic somebody that promptly worked me real hard. Yeah, no, we definitely didn't go that way. So let's head over here. I think that Chromatic Friend is going to be our first encounter of the episode. But our overall goal is to reach the top, defeat the Nevron, and all of this is being done in service of getting Mael an audience with Alicia, which is going to be very interesting to see how that all goes down. The trouble with this guy killing me so fast is that I can't practice the timing on his swings. I can mime it on the controller, but you don't really know if it's correct. Yeah, no, he gets to go next, so we need to...
Not your number yet.
Well, that went better.
Thunder.
Let's carve a path.
Wait. Gotta remember our standards.
Let's carve a path.
He's not down in health points. Berserk is only good at like 50% and below. Do we want to go for Strike Storm? Sure. Let's see if we want to hit this double A.
Time to strike.
Lumiere, attention.
Ow. Sorry, CL, you're on bring our healer back to life duty.
Not impressed. CL, incoming. Not impressed.
Let the ink flow.
Alright, we've got a couple electricity stains. Crustal Crush seems like a real good choice.
Let's shake the earth.
He is ready to break. I don't know if we have that ability. Yes, Phantom Blade will break and get us a point of moon that'll help us out.
Let's carve a path.
He gates back health if we do this. I think I'm okay with that. And then we want to do a regular attack, which already outdoes the amount of heal that he got. And then I do kind of want to shoot his other orb. Maybe if we do ice damage to him, he switches forms, but we haven't seen that happen yet. And then our options are Marking Shot. We're still at maximum health. Defiant Strike applies Mark. He'll be going again pretty soon. I'd really like CL to unload.
This will hurt. Get ready.
That doesn't seem like it should be hard, but the cadence of that is weird. Let's... Oh, we didn't bring any ice damage, which is part of the problem. We certainly don't want to do fire damage. Electrify is our next best shot, since we can't do Terraquake.
Thunder. Ready?
I would like to do more moon, actually. If we can build up a lot of moon, then her Twilight Zone is going to be intense. Plentiful Harvest would actually be pretty good, even though we don't get any foretell out of it. It's only medium physical damage. They're not ready to break. Spectral Sweep is Sun. Delaying Slash is medium dark damage. I don't feel like we know how he feels about that. Let's go for Sealed Fate, though. Okay. The field is wide open for Verso. If we could get his break meter up, that would be ideal. Our best shot to do that is Lune. I kind of want to use an energy tint on her. Or Ciel. I think we definitely use an energy tint. Now the question is on who. She goes next, and if she can Crystal Crush, then we can get his break meter all the way filled again.
I'll do it.
It does rely on her being alive, though. Cool.
Flowing.
Ooh, boy, if this guy, he gets to go twice. If he kills both of us, then we lose outright. Let's play it safe. I wouldn't mind if he like shrugged his shoulders and then turned and did his next attack. We don't have to see the whole thing.
To end this. My turn.
Well, hopefully Lune's turn.
Sorry, failed.
So if we can get some more moon power, that's ideal. Not ready to break. I'd like to do something less expensive. Bountiful Harvest doesn't get us much. Sealed Fate has high foretell. Critical hits don't remove foretell. He doesn't have any foretell on him. Let's do Plentiful Harvest since it's the cheapest thing that's not a sun move.
Careful now.
The actual hit comes even later than the animation communicates, and it's still me trying to work it out. Okay, Crystal Crush is going to work well here.
Let's shake the earth.
Part of me wants to parry that, but mostly I really want to go into Twilight mode.
I see you.
Ready to strike.
Okay, let's break. She doesn't have a lot of, like, big damage moves. Terraquake would be great. We can't quite afford it. She has 4 stains. There has to be something that we can do. Immolation consumes ice, and we wouldn't want to do it anyway. Electrify consumes fire to generate 1 light stain. Okay, let's electrify then. and then more electrify. I don't know. I guess we could healing light. I think she heals Verso a little bit if she does that, though, and that's actually bad because we can do Berserk Slash right now. Why don't we use an energy tint on CL? Because she is juiced up.
Try me. Time to strike.
Yeah, she's double damage right now. So he does have some Foretell on him. I mean, oh, why don't we Plentiful Harvest? This is great because she'll give AP back to her friends.
I'm ready.
Too early.
Cut him down.
I really, really want to do Berserk Slash or Defiant Strike. Yeah, let's see if... But then again, CL would... Oh, boy. Let's play it safe. I'm going to kick myself if we lose it because I didn't bring her back.
Let's shake the earth.
There we go. Okay, just super happy. And look who got an upgrade. It's Lune. She only had to die 5 times to get it, and we got a couple weapon upgrades and 5 colors of Lumina. Yeah, he hated Lune. Every multi attack there, the spinning hammer drive was against her. Against CL, it would be the frankly very easy to dodge and borderline easy to counter other attack. But no, Lune, he was like, no, I feel like I can just pound her into mulch. I know it will have saved after doing that, but I also used a lot of tints, and if we rest to get them back, we won't respawn any of the other dudes. While I'm going down here, there's an achievement that I have not gotten, obviously, for beating a boss without taking any damage. And that's fine. I'm normally pretty comfortable with that. The thing is, at least on Steam here, it like 70% of people have that achievement. No, wait. Everybody else is super good at the game. Okay, why don't we put in a couple points to defense and then a point into might? Yeah, 50 agility is really good on him. Are there any skills? I don't think so, but we'll take a quick look. 5 points for her gets us access to Elemental Trick. We don't need it right now. 3 points gets him nothing. 5 points gets her... Well, we've got a couple options here. Phantom Strike does very high void damage. Oh, is that the actual name of the diamond with the little, like, oval in it? Void damage? To all enemies, 4 hits. Also gives 35% of a gradient charge. Why? Mael has so many good abilities. Stendhal. Deals extreme single target void damage 1 hit, removes self shields, and self-applies defenseless. Oh, wow. And by the way, it looks like this leaves her stanceless also. If you look up at the top right, otherwise I don't know what that stance would be. That's not offensive, that's not defensive, and that's not virtuous. So I feel like it really takes her back down to 0. I think it's the extreme damage that you get from that. And by the way, it doesn't say that it's powered up by removing the self-shield, so, I mean, that's cool. And then down here, yeah, this is protecting allies. We've got 2 really interesting options here, and then otherwise we would go down to... Refills all AP, switches to Virtuous Stance. And it's only 1 AP to do this. I kind of like that one. 5 points for her. Which is actually nothing. Like, not something that we don't want, but, like actually nothing. So, we're good there. Let's take a look at our weapon upgrades. This is the one that we just got. This does fire damage. And imagine if we were doing fire damage against that last guy, it probably wouldn't have been all that great. 20% increased fire damage with skills. I don't want to spend a grandiose chroma catalyst for that. If we were to upgrade anything, it'd probably be this, the resplendent chroma catalyst. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade his purple sword here. Do we want to try to get this to 20? Base attack gives 4 perfection. Why not? I mean, he scales up in damage with that. I feel like it's worth doing. So now we've got his level 20 upgrade on that. Let's take a look at Mael. So what weapon? She's using this right now. Is this her best weapon? Borderline, yes. The only other thing that's better is this fire damage, which applies burn. Base attack applies 2 burn. This was her slightly more defensive one, where allies recover 20% health when she switches, and she gets health. Now, if we upgrade this one, switch to Virtuous Stance when health falls below 50%. What's interesting about that is that if she's below 50%, I feel like I'd want to have her in defensive mode, not switching over to Virtuous Stance. Alternatively, we upgrade this one, plus 100% critical chance while stanceless. She hits really, really hard. I think that getting that up to level 20 is going to be worthwhile. And whoops. Well, we'll equip that weapon in a second. Let's spend some of our chroma points. Right, we put a couple extra things into him. You know what? Let's examine this in a minute, because I think that what I'd want to do is maybe see if there's a particular item that we want to get. And we will rest. Okay. Mael. Oops. Let's put you into your fire sword here. And yeah, she's fallen a little bit behind on levels, so we'll tag her in. Well, you know what? Let's have Minoko in here as well. That way, if we find any feat, we get them. I have not been working my way down a feat checklist to fill out all of his skills. I would like to have as many... Oh. Didn't know there was a flag up here.
Hello.
Alicia. Your letter.
She blames us. Doesn't she? You didn't deserve that. Oh, you're the real accent. You know, Papa painted her. So, you know who she represents? You like being here with her.
Swift Stride? Low physical damage switches to burning stance. Sure?
Let's dance. This will hurt. Let's dance.
Okay, that's a great in attack.
Let's dance. Time to hit big. Ready to carry.
That time I saw it and was still pressing the wrong button.
Blades sharp.
We're stanceless. I want to get back into defensive stance. Really not close on the dodges. Wait, what happened? Okay. And she died of her burn, which is good, because otherwise...
I guess this represents his hope for us. For me, then. Go. Claim your piece of sky. We both deserve to fly. Let me give you a new beginning.
Alicia.
Send me to my family.
Wait. Mael!
At camp, Verso refuses to talk to anyone. He stands alone by the lake. After a while, Mael decides to go and talk to him.
I'm sorry. It's what she wanted. I owed her that much. We owed her that much. I honored her wishes. That's something neither you nor Renoir ever did. And not Maman either.
I didn't get to say goodbye. You didn't wait. You didn't give me a chance to persuade her.
She knew what she wanted. You wouldn't have been able to sway her.
She's not you. You don't know that. I know her better than you do. But you didn't even give me the chance to try. You just erased her.
Verso.
You've lost 2 brothers. You know what it's like to lose your sibling and never get the chance to say goodbye. You painters, you just do what you want. You don't care how it affects the rest of us.
I do care. I know you're hurting, but the person who made that decision wasn't me. It was her. Would have been wrong to deny her just so you could try and talk her out of her decision.
She's the last of my family. I have no one left now.
You have me. You have us.
Mael, I wasn't ready.
Don't understand. You were ready when you set Papa free. You expected that he would erase the canvas and everyone in it. Isn't that the same thing?
It's different. It's different. Why did she do that?
You know why. But you're right. I should have thought of you. I should have given you a chance to say goodbye. I'm truly sorry, Verso.
At least she's free now.
Despite his frustration, Verso understands Mael's words. He appreciates that Mael is honest with him, and Mael empathizes deeply with Verso. Mael and Verso feel closer to each other. They sit in silence a little longer. This time, Mael comforts Verso. They head back to the others.
Is there anyone special you'd want Mael to bring back?
Yeah, and all the
Okay,
Yes.
and
I don't know if we'll get anything new from any of them, but we'll give it a shot.
What will you do when this is all over? Well, since we mere... So I can...
do you mean
A painting in some...
Alright. Let's save her for last.
indeed? Maybe we could stop by the Gestural village for a little bit. That would be lovely.
Okay, that was actually a new conversation, but it was just, I want to go see Noko, and maybe we can stop by the Gestural village.
Let's explore under the ocean.
Aren't you scared of what we'll find there?
The stones of the sea are my friends too.
Mael,
I'm getting quite tired of people telling me to...
fine.
They're counting on me.
Verso approaches Mael, who's staring at the monolith by herself.
The monolith looks strange without Mama or her number there.
It feels less oppressive.
I guess. I wonder what Mama's doing now. She must be so upset.
Yeah.
Claire won't be happy either. They're probably driving each other crazy right now. Although, I doubt Claire's been home much. Knowing her, she's probably hunting down the writers responsible for the fire.
Sounds like Claire.
Yeah. Barely saw her when I was home. She took Verso's death very personally. Well, we all did.
I've met her 3 times.
You have?
The first time was right after the fracture with Expedition Zero. She stopped us at the barrier.
She told you everything then?
Yeah. Then tried to kill us when we wouldn't go home.
Claire.
She found me years later and tried to recruit me. Then she found me again, 16 years ago. Told me to keep an eye on you. I think she felt you were safer here. Away from her war.
Wait. So, you've been watching me this whole time?
From afar. I'd slip back to Lumiere occasionally.
So, you knew where I was, and you left me there too?
I couldn't exactly take you with me, but I tried to look out for you. And once you left Lumiere, I stayed close. I cleared all the really dangerous Nevrons out of your path, and I pulled you away on the beach.
But you also let Renoir kill the rest of the expedition. You didn't help them.
There were too many of them to save.
I need to ask you something.
What?
You wouldn't lie to me, right?
I think we're well past that.
On the cliff. Gustav,
What is it?
did you let Renoir kill Gustav? Could you have saved him?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Why?
I was afraid. If you found out about the canvas and he was there, you would refuse to help me send Maman home.
So you let him die?
I did. I should have told you everything sooner, but I couldn't take any chances.
Thanks. For telling me the truth. Yeah. It looks bland without a number.
You're a paintress? Paint something.
How about, Papa, you go home?
Catchy.
Come on, let's do it.
Mael and Verso's bond is now unbreakable, forged in truth. They head to the monolith and Mael repaints it, sending a message to her father. This adventure helped Mael better understand her painter side. Oh, we have to do gommage! Okay, new plan, you guys. We have to find an opportunity to do gommage. Does it wipe away the enemies into a flurry of petals? They return to camp to the rest of the expedition. So, super quick here. I don't think I understand why Verso would believe that if Gustav was there and Mael found out about the canvas, that then she wouldn't want to help get her mother out of the painting. I don't know that I understand Gustav's role in that. It feels to me at this moment that Verso knew that Gustav's death would galvanize Mael, make her intent on stopping Renoir at any stage necessary, and that she believed that Renoir was in league with the paintress, so hurting one would hurt the other. That's what it feels like, and that feels really, really dirty. I'm concerned that there's something there that I'm missing, because I just don't know what it was about Gustav that would have made Mael less likely to work with Verso, except that Gustav might have stopped her from being manipulated quite so easily. And that feels gross. But there we go. We talked with everybody. I'm not sold on that. I'm just saying, like, that's my first impression about it. We know the current objective is go to Lumiere. We have one more stop. Okay, let's open the map. This... No, this is Visage of the Forgotten Battlefield. So... Well, I don't know that we've been here, so let's go kind of southeasty.
Flash through the sky. Flashing through the sky.
Wait, I don't know what this big rubble pile is. Oh, hold on.
Acceleration.
The Chosen Path. Let's check it out. The path is open. Only one may enter. One warrior, one path. To this painted path. Well... let's try Verso.
Bring it on.
Alright, the fact that this guy is resistant to our chosen attack style. Defiant Strike is going to cost us 30% health. That feels a little risky. Let's go with Marking Shot instead.
Oh well. Just try it. Oh well.
We can't Gradient Strike yet. We can do this.
Cut him down.
And now from S rank, Phantom Stars is probably our best bet. Oh, nice. I don't recognize that weapon, but it's either new or an upgrade. Yeah, upgrade. Okay. Let's try one with CL. Although, I probably should have worked around her abilities first.
Take your shot. Not today. Take your shot. Ready.
Let's wait. What do I need for Bad Omen 3? All right, I want to try to shoot that one and that one.
I see the one.
Oh, yuck.
I die. So be it.
delaying slash, although I don't know if it works. If it takes away one of his turns, that's awesome, yeah.
Full deck. Lady Luck smile today.
Interesting. I was expecting either an upgrade or maybe a second round. Let's try one with Mael.
Ready to parry. Finesse and grace.
That's bad, because now I don't have any way to not make him be fire. He is burning, though. Let's go for Swift Stride. He's gonna absorb every attack that she does. I'm not sure if this is possible. Her sword does baseline fire damage. Spark isn't going to help. Gustav's homage will help a little bit. It'd be best if we could get him marked. Aside from that, I've got to make sure not to do any counterattacks. Stop. We need to heal very much. Yeah, I think his 16 points of burn don't do anything. They don't heal him over time either. So Swift Stride should just be physical damage, and will put us into Virtuous Stance. Breaking rules is a better option if we can do it. Let's go for Offensive Switch. Even though it's marked as physical.
Blade shot.
It still seems to do fire damage.
Blade shot.
More offensive switch? Oh, that's why. No, it does do fire damage. Yeah, so let's avoid that. It's not worth it. Let's go for Gustav's homage again.
On me. I'm ready.
That's better.
Man, if this guy was allergic to fire, we'd be doing really well.
Strike. Okay.
I think we go for a heal. Radiant attack does what? High physical damage, 5 hits. Let's go for it. I was really hoping for more than that. All right, let's heal.
Ready to go.
Fortunately, she's not on... Oh, I was about to say she's not on fire, but she super was.
Ready to go. The dance begins.
Man, it is the first or second hit there that gets me. Oh, wow. Okay, we're still alive.
Ready to go.
Low physical damage, switches to virtuous stance, regains AP. We don't really need the AP. Percy would be so good if they were marked. Offensive switch is fire damage. I think we do Gustav's homage again. It's either the first or the second. For whatever reason, I can't get both of them. And I'm out of healing tints, so I have a bad feeling about how this is going to go. Virtuous Strike.
I can do it.
And then I really want to get into defensive mode for what it's worth. No, it's not. What do we do with this? Die. So if we want to get through the shields, we'd want to do Gustav's homage, which is enough hits, but we don't have that many AP. We believe he's going to go up in just a second. Probably offensive switch to make him defenseless, and then breaking rules to knock out the shields. That assumes that we survive the attack that's coming.
Not looking good. Take down the shield.
Oh my god! I cannot believe that was the worst character with the worst equipment to have attempted that fight. That is probably my greatest achievement in the whole ass game. Any other character would have been better suited to do this, other than the character who only does fire damage against the enemy that absorbs all your fire damage. We got, I think, an upgrade to some damn weapon. I hope it's an ice weapon, because she could really use one. Stalum? Hold on, I do want to take a look at it. Wait, that's not the right thing. I can't believe it. I absolutely thought that was a loss. Stalum. Oh, guess what? It does fire damage. So wait, what are we wearing? We have this, which is 1300 damage at level 18. Base attacks apply 2 burn. Cool. This one down here is apply burn on self on turn start. 10% increased damage for each self burn stack. Base attack applies to burn. While in defensive stance, receive heal instead of burn damage. Wow! Well, we're going to put this on because we want to do fire. And also... Oh, actually, she doesn't have that much luck. Oh, no, she has 55 luck. Not very much defense, but she has some. All right, let's slot that in. We'll take a look at it. That level 20 perk is really good. By the way, though, we are out of... What's it called? I'm sorry, wasn't there a flag that I'm... There it is. Oh, that was the dumbest way to have done that. What do we like? On him, we've actually always had good luck with that. I want to get up his might and agility. And then rest, for sure. And I do see the glowy door up there. Oh, you guys, it's... I didn't realize that each person can only go in one. Okay, well... Hold on, should we do Lune? And if we do, I think... So, let's think about it for a second. She has a fire charm here. Double critical chance when 4 stains are... Well, 100% actually. And critical hits apply burn. So this is her burn everybody up. For her abilities, though, we don't know from Terraquake. Electrify is really good for the way that it works with Crustal Crush. Healing Light might be very, very helpful for that. For healing herself, I mean, obviously. Crippling Tsunami does what now? So this is her ice attack. Medium ice damage to all enemies, 1 hit, applies slow. Yeah, can't argue with that. So she does have a little bit of ice. She does have a little bit of earth and fire. And this is her big hit, assuming that she can get ranked up for it. Now, she does have 7 Luminas. Why wouldn't we fill in some of this stuff? You know what we're going to put on? Because she's fighting alone. So why don't we learn from our mistakes? Last Stand critical is only 3. Protecting Last Stand gives her shield. And Solo Fighter gives her 50% more damage. That's a pretty good spread.
Ready to evade. Thunder.
Well, I don't see why we don't just do more Electrify. Crustal Crush won't break him. Terraquake doesn't break him. We don't have a break. So why not Electrify? Because that took most of his health. Okay. Again, interestingly, no weapon upgrades for her. Maybe this room is like a catch-up zone where if you know, it looks at what a weapon that you should have had by this point. Or maybe I just chose the wrong party member for the wrong thing. Now, again, let's just take a quick look at Minoko. Minoko's a little bit lower levels. We need to, like, resolve that. Let's get in his solo fighter stuff. But actually get it in here. So let's take a quick look. Assuming he doesn't already have it. Solo fighter, yes. Last Stand critical. Protecting Last Stand. Yeah, gain shell if fighting alone. And then truly he's got a pretty good spread. I don't know, it's not perfect, but Let's assume we're fighting one guy, so this attack that hits multiple guys isn't as good. I gotta say, this is a very, very powerful ability. What's Luster Slices? Low single target physical damage, 3 hits, applies rush to self for 3 turns, and increased damage. Alright, let's give that a shot. This goes over a purple. Well, I want to keep Ramesor bonk. We do have 2 reds. This is high single target physical damage. We're going to take out the blast for Luster Skies. I want to have a couple reds, a couple purples, a couple greens. This is a pretty good divide here. I'm glad he got that out of the way early.
That's more like it.
No, it's really gonna hurt.
Invigorating. My cup is full.
Let's do Hexka Crush to get the defenseless for 5 turns. Ow.
The fun begins. For some mayhem.
I do like getting the rush on self. It's not bad damage either. What are we on? Green Mask?
Time to bleed.
So we've already on Hexa Crush. He's still defenseless. Let's go for the Select Punches. Yes, he absorbs, or he doesn't absorb it. He's resistant to it, but it does work up the break bar. The only other thing is we get to Caster. Well, no, we don't need Caster Mask. I want the regen. Let's do Pellerin Heal instead.
I love a dance.
And that fills his break bar. We can do Bonk.
It's a mayhem.
And then Chalier combo. Oh, if only he was still defenseless, but it is what it is. That's his best hit. That's why I keep that one on.
I love a dance. My, what lovely feet.
Select Punches. Let's go for Hexa Crush. Get that defenseless back on for 5 turns. I'm running a little dry on AP again. Let's... No, why not do an energy tint? That's not the right button. Okay. Yeah, fortunately, Minoko doesn't take a lot of damage. Doesn't have a lot of hit points, but he's really, really good at eating hits. And that looks like a verso weapon, which I've sort of been wondering, it does which character determine which, you know, where the upgrade goes. But no, that's a verso weapon, so I'm glad for that. Oh, and what an upgrade. From 11 to 20. I would like to save it, please. And rest. Luna's got some points. Might for her. Defense for her. And yeah, luck, I guess. You know what? In order to get her luck, we're going to have to put on some Luminas. We're just going to. Or Pictos. So let's go instead for... 83 speed is really good. Let's put on some more might. When she hits with her big Crustal Crush, I want it to really hurt. Yeah, with her, we just got her, like, her big defense weapon. Let's put 2 into that and 1 into agility. I'd like her to go more frequently. Okay, and now we will get back all of our stuff. Oh, the door opened. I was assuming that it was another challenge because it was glowy, but... Base shield. +1 shield if not affected by any shield on turn start. Wow. That is a great Mael thing because she's got some other shield-based stuff. Auto powerful is good. Energizing turn is not bad, and it gives her a lot of speed. Yeah, she's got a lot of speed labeled on. Double burn, she's not going to give up. She just isn't. It affects every base attack, most of her abilities. Actually, not really, but this is really good. So base shield gives her speed and crit rate. So I think we put this on over energizing turn. Yeah, on balance, it's better. I'm going to miss the +1 AP, but this is tough to beat. Base shield. Plus the fact that, like, look at her vitality. She's very much a glass cannon. So the more space that we've got, the better. Let's just take one quick look at her points while we happen to be here, because I think that some of her solo stuff we might not need at this stage. Let's take out Empowering Last Stand, Solo Fighter, and Protecting Last Stand. Maybe we'll put them back on later. Weakness gain is +1 AP on hitting an enemy weakness. That's very situational. Man, Empowering Parry would be so good if I were good at parrying. Augmented Attack isn't bad. She doesn't often heal her allies. Charging Attack isn't terrible. Augmented Counter 2 would be pretty good. Does she have Augmented Counter 1 on as well? It would be lit up if so. Augmented Counter 1. Do we double up on that? Do we double her counterattack damage? Because she is one of the characters that's more likely to counterattack. Let's go for it. And then... marking shots and breaking shots. We'll do that for the times that she shoots, which is not often. All right, we shot a mirror once in the manor, and it was good, but... Okay, that's it. New Picto. I'll take it. On the whole, this was a very rewarding place to stop. I felt heartened when we attacked the first enemy and they took damage. Because some of these areas I've gone into and the bars just don't move when you do your very best hits. Here, the guys took damage, and when we beat them, we got some pretty great stuff out of it, and not to mention a couple levels. All right, so after a quick visit to the floating manor that turned out to be a little bit higher level than what I'm ready for, we are back on the beach where we ended an episode ago, and our next task is we're going to head south to Lumiere. As far as I know, we have touched on everything that I feel like I'm ready to do, and we're going to head back to where it all started. And I do think that we want to have Verso in the party. I don't know if I want to put back on her Resurrect. The trouble is, just like all the characters, she's got so many things that I want her to be able to do.
Wait for us here. It's dangerous for you near Papa. We'll have to move fast. I can't maintain them for very long. Tomorrow comes.
Thank you. Apparently we can't interact with that.
These expeditioners are glorious wreakers of havoc.
The sword of Lumiere.
I feel like we should do our part and also learn how any of these guys work.
Finesse and grace.
Chrome is flowing. Thunder. Danger!
Let's carve a path.
Well, let's get back to what we do best. He is missing a good chunk of health. Not really enough, and Defiant Strike will, frankly, probably win it outright. Shortcut. Immediately play when falling below 30% health once per battle. Well, that depends a little bit on what else he's got equipped and what the bonus is. Because random defense is really good for its crit rate, and then second chance is what gets him back up without the need to have Lune have her resurrection spell all the time. So charging attack is really not something that I want to give up. But this was level 28. I didn't know they went to 28. Health 4,000? sorry, that's a really, really, really good one. Oh, man. Okay. Why don't we put this onto him so that we can at least learn it? And that is a ridiculous amount of health. Shortcut is what we actually got. And if I was to put that onto somebody, we want to get base shield, but then I kind of want to put that on. Shortcut. Oh, look at the crit rate, though. Actually, I do kind of like that on him. Wait. We wanted shortcut, and that's going to go on protecting shots. So, but protecting shots we want to put on somebody. Auto powerful? Man, this would fix her health problem permanently. You never have to go to a hospital again. I'm not that big a fan of charging counter relative to this. Yeah, she loses a little bit of defense, but quadruples her health. We're going to put that in over charging counter. And maybe we just want to take one quick look at this, because if Maelle is doing fire damage, we want her to do something else. Maybe earth, I'm not sure. What's another high-level thing that she's got? So this is lightning, but Verso is lightning. Our next best thing is this. This is ice. Nobody does ice. Let's get her ice on. So healing skills will be better, and consuming a light stain applies slow to a random enemy. So, huzzah, we'll put that in. Now we regular attack.
Let us stain. Thunder.
So I think that there's a problem with having him. Didn't we just put on the ability? Because when he dies, he immediately takes that shortcut. So let's do maybe 3 more attacks, but this is not well suited because it automatically shortcuts to him at the start of every battle, which when you're doing the first hit, then just wastes that ability. But he still gets all the other benefits for it, so we're not gonna be too upset.
Well, that will help.
Is the man in the trash can still there? Hold on. A perfectly normal trash can. There's a message inside.
Actually, I am gamaging like everyone else. Looks like my plan didn't work. During my time in this trash can, I found a rare treasure. I am trusting it to you now. Farewell.
Perfect chroma catalyst. To upgrade weapons to level 33. Well, that's unlikely that we're gonna get there. That guy is now marked. I think that we want to go Gustav's homage on him. Hoping to find what these guys are weak to.
Let the ink flow.
Fortunately, I feel... Oh, well, I want to go up there, I think. Reasonably well positioned on these guys. Nice. Okay, sorry. Let's just remember the rope over there. The thing is, I think that might actually be forward, and I see a purple back here that we didn't get. It's straight ahead.
Well, that will help.
All right. If there's anything... There's nothing... Okay. I'm just remembering... Oh, look at this! I was about to say, do you think the body of the mime is still there? But we found a color of Lumina instead. I can't believe I remembered the man in the trash can just as we came upon that exact one. I honestly thought that he might stick his head out and be like, yeah, my plan worked. And all I had to do was live in filth. Oh. I don't know if this is forward or not. There was another way. I feel like we're going back to the balcony where we first met Gustav and Mael. This was the bridge where they did their first duel. Yeah, this is it. Energizing Powerful. Give 2 APs on applying Powerful. Are we worried about this? Oh, wait, what does it say? Papa Va-10? Is that Papa go home? Well, I'm glad we came out here to get that. Let's just take a look at what the perks are for it. We want to learn Shortcut and then basically take Shortcut right off because it's not, at least off of him. Energizing Powerful is defense and speed. I mean, I just really like her heals. But we could do away with one. She doesn't apply Powerful. Is there anything else we haven't learned? Protecting shots, but she never does those. That probably says more about me than it does her. But yeah, she's just not much of a gunfighter. All right, I don't see anything else that we haven't learned. Man, I remember this. What's interesting is that everything is a little bit different. This isn't just like a recolored version of this environment that we saw before. Some pathways are closed off. All of the gulp is all over the place. I don't think we have much in the way of Lauren's skills. For 6 points, she can get Fire Rage. We've really got a lot of Fire Rage in our lives. Lightning Dance. Deals very high single target lightning damage, 6 hits. Crits trigger an additional hit, and it consumes 3 stains for greatly increased damage. Which we can do. I don't know that this is great for us, though. Typhoon is really good. We've already got it, but I haven't made use of it. It's also very expensive. Man, that's good. We gotta get Typhoon out there. The only trouble with Typhoon is that it does come with a need to... Whoops. It does come with a need to have some way to get her the AP that she needs, because 7 is expensive for her. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do Last Chance. He doesn't need it, and she's got 6 points, which isn't... Well, this is Intervention. Plays immediately and gains 4 AP. It's a moon card. I don't hate it. I don't know where it would possibly fit into her build.
The 32s.
Better.
Anything we do against Guy on left is just a waste of time, so we're gonna go for Defiant Strike.
This will hurt.
Okay, probably not... Actually, whose weapon is that? Interesting. It's a new weapon, and it goes off of defense and what? Because actually that looks like exactly his build. Was it this one? No, this is a different level 20 that also does, by the way, lightning damage. Apparently that's his dominant element. This is the one. What I like about it is that A, physical damage, B, a lot of it. Dualiso does 1100. This does 1300 at 4 levels lower. Base attack consumes all shields to deal 100% increased damage per shield. So he can just knock shields the hell out. And then +1 shield on counterattack. That second one I'm not going to do as often, but man, does that seem like a good weapon. For right now, we're very much built around his free attack mode.
Good stuff.
Man, I want to help our friends. Our new friends, I mean.
You're outmatched. This will hurt.
Oh, but not for long. That guy died super fast.
Chroma is flowing.
Let's spill some ink.
Okay, I just love the design of it, though. Also, it's called Lithson. Another physical weapon. Let's just look at it. Actually, I have been thinking that maybe we want to switch this out. Here's the thing. I've built the characters up in a way where they tend to take a lot of damage so that they can do a lot of damage. As we go into new areas like this, I don't think that's very smart because we don't know what the attack patterns are going to be like. During Moon, all allies have greater rush. During Sun, all enemies have greater slow. Well, that seems amazing. This is what we're using currently, which does dark damage. This does weapon damage. During Twilight, all enemies have greater rush and all enemies have greater slow. I think we put this on. Agility and luck, those are two of her... Luck, she's okay on. But agility, she's super high on. Let's give it a shot. Why not? So she won't be laying out as many foretells, but also, look at this weapon. Oh, we learned shortcut. We have to take that off because that's not great for him. Okay, so what was the next thing that we wanted? Protecting shots because it's 1,000,000 health points? Yes. Oh, CL's got that, but she is not out on the field. So we are going to put that here. Let's swap it. Because, yeah, no, Shortcut does great for her, or at least better. And then Energizing Powerful is the other one for the defense and speed. Give 2 AP on applying Powerful. Now, what's interesting is that doesn't he get Powerful when he's resurrected? SOS Shell. Where's SOS Power? Yeah. So when he wakes up, I think that he gets SOS Power immediately. So Energizing Powerful is better for him and better for us to learn, since then everybody could get it. But hot damn with this health. I really want... Protecting Shots is only 3 points. And he does protecting shots all the time. Like, he takes a free aim shot every single time. We're going to leave that on him to learn it.
Careful, my owl.
Ready to parry.
Your father. He's at the tower.
Yes.
My owl.
Wait, where's the tower? That was probably an indication to look up.
Perfect.
Next flag that we find, which is actually right up here, I do think that we have some points to spend. Weapon upgrade points, particularly. So, for CL, I do kind of want to upgrade this. It's an awesome weapon for her, and it scales really well for her. Also, he's got his other weapon here, which frankly seems kind of badass. I don't know how I feel about the base attack gives 4 perfection. It's just, if we find somebody, if we start in an area where guys are not going to be very vulnerable to lightning, that seems really good. But let's do hers. I like this weapon for her. I like the fact that it buffs all of us and hurts all of them. Yeah, screw it. We'll just put both points in. And then I don't... We've got 14 points. Okay. Well, let's get everybody up to 100 at least. That leaves us with 3 points. Let's hold on that for a second. Let's see what additional abilities we want to put in. So for Lune, anything that generates AP would be very helpful for her at this point. Let's look at point cost, but let's look starting around like the 6s, for example. She doesn't do a lot of base attacks, not a lot of augmented counters. I need to make sure that Verso has Energizing Death on. Energizing Start would be helpful for her, just to get that +1 AP. But then again, anything that would get, like... SOS Rush would be really good on her as well. She doesn't break very often. Weakness gain doesn't come up that often. +3 AP on killing an enemy, but again, she's usually doing healing and stuff. So I think I want to get SOS... Wait, SOS Shell she's already got. Was there like an improved shell? What's recovery? Recovers 10% health on... Yeah, we're not going to get there, though. That's too expensive. Well, but we just have to take something out. Perilous Parry, I am thinking that we are taking off of her at least. Yeah, so that frees up a couple points. Now we can get up to recovery where she just always heals. She doesn't have the deepest health pool, but what is that, 247 points? 247 health every single turn for free? I think we go for recovery. The thought is, was that all that we needed? I really didn't count. Recovery. It is in alphabetical, so E-R-E, recovery. There we go. The thought is, if our healer goes down, then we're really, really in trouble. He's got 9 points to spend. Now, his big thing is base attacks. He does take a shot, and then... Oh, and we're just starting to learn protecting shots. Base attacks, yeah, shortcut is not helpful for him because it just gets wasted. Sweet kill, he actually would get some out of. SOS rush would be pretty good, especially since he's got a lot of time that he's going to be below 50% health. Like, a lot of time, really. Weakness gain we don't care about. Sweet kill is pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's go to point cost very quickly, though. Well, charging attack is amazing on him because he does a base attack basically every turn. And then he does use items sometimes. +3 AP on killing an enemy. He's not usually star for AP, but let's just put that in. It works really well. She's got 3 points. For 3 points, we could add on... What she needs is health. We don't care about aim. She's not usually fighting alone. Dead energy is really good. We don't want her dying. Weakness gain isn't bad. I mean, like, especially with the guys that are weak to fire. Charging tint, empowering last stand, augmented aim, accelerating last stand. I think that of these, I think weakness gain is our best bet. And then he doesn't use them, and then she's got 10 points. She's got 10 points. So auto powerful is my first pick. Just right off the bat, that seems really great. I'm gonna have to check Draining Cleanse if that's good for her. It's not bad for her. +1 AP on base attack, not bad. Also, she does kill guys. What was recovery? Recovery wouldn't be bad. She would gain 500 points every single turn. I think it's going to be recovery. Longer shell or improved shell would be great as well. But let's go with that. That's a good place to start. And I don't even think we need to rest. No, we're at maximum everything.
Oh, lovely.
Did I die again?
Feeling better. Thunder!
You're outmatched.
Okay, Defiant Strike on whoever has the most health.
This will hurt.
I'm ready.
Well, good luck with that. I mean, I guess she shielded herself.
Time to hit big.
So that person has a lot of shields. We'll probably do offensive switch to start tearing them down. I don't think we'll need it, but it's it puts us into the right mindset.
Time to end this. Faster.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm not noticing that this is an Expedition 32 version of Lune. Okay, just double checking. We got everything down here, or was this... Okay, we'll just leave that be for a minute. Let them sort out whatever's happening. But there was nothing else. Okay, just wanted to check this area, because I didn't think we'd been around here. I really like these guys. Chromatic Escassier here might kill me, but it's a cool design. So, we don't yet know how this guy feels about anything, so why not start with what we know? Okay, awesome. Weak to fire. Oh,
okay.
Wasn't expecting multiples of those. Well, we know fire. We're already in defensive mode. Swift Stride puts us into virtuous stance. He doesn't have any shields up. Sure. That sets her up nice for the next round. My turn. I'm gonna try shooting that orb.
Let's carve a path.
He's got a lot of health. Why don't we go for Defiant Strike? Fleuret Fury will break.
Okay.
We've got one fire tint. Why don't we use that to power up Electrify?
Thunder.
Is he still stunned? I hope so. Let's layer on some more Spark Burn. Go into defensive mode. Well, then again, why not more Fleuret Fury? We're in Virtuous Stance. We'll stay in Virtuous Stance. We'll do a lot of damage. Crustal Crush.
Let's shake the earth.
We have no AP, but we can get some. We went from 1 to 5 by doing that. That's one of the reasons that he doesn't starve for AP most of the time. Marking Shot? He doesn't have anything that does fire damage, does he? Alright, let's set up with Defiant Strike then.
This will hurt.
Oh, she's out of AP now. Well, she could just do... Well, here's some fire damage for you. Breaking Rules is free.
Take down that
And then Stanceless can do Swift Stride to get set up. Well, she's kind of low on AP, isn't she? So maybe we Spark, build that burn damage back up.
flames. On me.
Let's keep going.
I think we'll pass on Healing Light. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. Immolation.
Pretty good.
Breaking Rules is still free. Followed by Offensive Switch. Yeah.
Ready to strike.
Berserk Slash would have been perfect, and it still can be, because I still, after all this time, we are now at S rank. He's not ready to break, although Phantom Stars might put him there. But Berserk Slash, because he's lost a lot of health. Augmented counter 3, 75% increased counterattack damage. Boy, if I was good at the game. One more attack and then we get protecting shots, and then we sort of want to slot that in, because that's only 3 points. We'll find a way to get that in. And then we might, like, learn that 75% counterattack thing. That would not be bad at all on Mael. Base shield is really good. Double burn never leaves, and then auto powerful gives her such a boost to her crit rate. I don't want to take off anything that she's here. By the way, what's our levels? Minoko's a little bit down. Let's tag out Verso from Minoko. But no, we still want to learn. Well, let's do one more fight with Verso. Let's take out Mael, and then we'll put in Minoko.
Wow.
Because Verso is learning a Picto right now.
Should I die again?
He is ready with whatever we want. We don't really need Pellerin heal. Chevalier combo would kill one of them. Let's go with Luster Slices so he gets to go a bunch.
Energized. Ready to strike. This will hurt.
It's occurring to me that more than any other character, Minoko breaks guys with that bonk ability, because if he's on the right mask, it charges up by 20%, and then will also break if it hits the threshold. We should do a quick pass on him for his Pictos, or, yeah, Luminas, whatever, to see, what, you know, there's all sorts of benefits when you break an enemy that don't often come up. Is that under breaking? Well, he's got breaking shots. Increased percent breaking damage. Double mark, empowering attack, effective heal. I'm concerned that I won't recognize some of them. Either that or you might already have them. Healing parry is always nice. We might put that on. 30%, plus 30% damage until a hit is received. I'm concerned... Oh, I feel like I need to get shield affinity onto Mael. Shortcut would be pretty good for him. And then teamwork. When in doubt, teamwork is always a solid one. It's just a free 10% increased damage. We'll just slot that in for now.
Interesting. Interesting.
Nice.
The Opera House.
Does the Opera House always have specters, or is this a special engagement?
Great.
Okay. So if I was to guess, that is forward. I want to check the stairs that we passed on the way in here. I thought this guy might be, you know, the pianist, and we've got to defeat him. Chromatic pianist. Oh. Okay, this goes nowhere. And this has a prize. Okay, glad we checked. You guys, I didn't even see the flag here. I was so eyes on the concert over here. 3 points for Lune. Agility. And vitality? For him, agility, defense. He doesn't really need any more health, does he? With the 8,000 points of health. Might? Might. For CL, or Mael. CL and Mael, I'm always going to get them a little bit turned around. So with her current weapon, she scales real nicely off of defense. That's not really her strength, though. Let's put a point into luck, and... honestly, with her build, 2 points into vitality. Okay. And then we do have some Luminas to spend. Another 12, look at that. Let me just, again, take a quick look at them. Minoko, what do you have on? Wait, no, that's equipped. We're in the wrong section. I want this area and active. So he gets APs when he applies a status effect, which... Oh, well, actually, that's something else. Breaker, yes. Breaking counter, yes. Dead energy, he kills people more often. He's one of our killers, for sure. Critical vulnerability. When he makes somebody defenseless, that goes well with Hexa Crush. Breaking shots, yes. Dodger for everybody. Energizing attack is always welcome. Energizing attack 2 is his other thing here. It's a Picto. And then greater defenseless, which I like a lot. Then we've got energizing parry, which is always welcome. Energizing break, so that's great for when he breaks for sure. Receive 15% of all heals affecting other characters. Glad for it. Yes. Last stand critical, I think that we can take off of him. Painted power comes off of nobody ever. Marking shots, sure. Longer shell, yes. Powerful revive when revived. I don't hate it. If we're going to keep that on, we need to add some more stuff to it. Gain shell of fighting alone, which we're not. Rewarding mark. Sweet kill. Staggering attack. And then teamwork. So now we've cleared up 6 points. Let's see what we like for 6 points or nearby. Gain powerful for a turn on base attack. Please tell me we have that on Verso. I'm not even kidding. What is that called? Empowering attack? We do have that though, right? Okay, just double checking. That would be extremely silly if we didn't. Enfeebling mark. Do we have that on Verso? Yeah, Monoko doesn't mark enemies very often. First strike, glass cannon, healing counter. Healing counter is not bad on anybody. Greater shell. Now, doesn't he get auto shell? He gets shell when he wakes back up. Yes. So I do think that we want to get greater shell on him. Let's get him to 10 points then. I'm so sorry. What is he at right now? He's at 6. Dur and a half. He is on 6, right? My math is correct? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to add 4 points to him. Okay, a nice upgrade from Minoko. Greater Shell. The other opportunity is powerful on Shell, which is also 10, so we've made no mistakes so far. He's got longer Shell. Does he get powerful from anything else? Let's just go with Let's just go with Greater Shell, because we'll know that he'll benefit from that. Okay, what does she have? Active. So if her health is below 10%, she does a lot more damage, which really doesn't come up that often. We might even consider taking that out. Augmented counter is great. Auto rush is great. Breaking shots, sure, why not? Dead energy because she kills people all the time. Staggering attack is okay. It's not something that she does super often. And she actually has 0 points, so I think that we'll probably leave her as it is. Let's go over here. She's got 1 point. Our big thing with her is there any other way that we can work up her healing? And you know what, you guys, accelerating heal is only 5. It's only 5 points. We should take that off and replace it with something that gets her a better stat. Yeah, we either need to give her 4 points or 9 points. And I think we're going to give her 4 points. Let's give her 4 points and remove accelerating heal for something else. As far as I know, you can't do all of this in one menu. So, hold on. What we need to do... Hi. So, yes, protecting heal, we want to take off. Wait, which one is worse? Accelerating heal is worse. So we're going to take accelerating heal off. Yeah. So let's just remember accelerating heal. And then what do we want to give her? Probably a huge amount of health or speed. She already has a lot of speed. Let's give her a huge amount of health. What's our best health thing? She has already got painted power. Recovers 10% health. Is she already doing this elsewhere? I don't remember. Okay. And then we're going to give her accelerating heal. Accelerating heal. Now, she's got 10 points, so I think that she might have had... What was it called? Recovery elsewhere. Yeah, this was actually only 10 points. 2,000 health, though. I mean, that's sort of the thing. Anything else? Anything that would be expensive? This would be 15. Draining Cleanse is also 2,000 health. Ciel was learning it, but consume 1 AP to prevent status effects if possible. I don't know, it's fine. Painted Power we don't want to take off. Or sorry, she's already got that through another thing. I'm looking for anything else that would be like an expensive version. Second Chance, although that's on... What's-his-face? That's 1,100 health points and 8% crit, which she does not have a lot of crit. And then Cleansing Tint is only 7,700. Yeah, I guess that's it. So that frees up 10 points for us to spend on something else. Greater Shell is great. Maybe Anti-Charm? Anti-Charm seems like super duper situational. Combo attack is cool, but she doesn't do it that much. Greater Powerful. Greater Shell is my immediate thought. Healing Counter is great when you can counter, and I just don't know if we'll be able to do that. You know what? Maybe stay marked on her, because she doesn't mark, but then she can renew the mark on others. I'm going to do that. I feel like that's a good call there. And now Verso. Verso's got 1 point. Is there anything that we super want him to have? Sweet Kill wouldn't be bad. Yeah, we're already on point costs. We're not going to get up to Glass Can. Like, we're not going to clear up that much. Recovery would be amazing on him. With all of those health points, that's 10 points. I borderline want to go for that. Recovery, but then he dies all the time. Like, I take it back. His whole thing is dying, and then he gets back up. Point cost. Is there anything that we like for him? Healing Share would be really good. Can we get him 4 points for Healing Share? Okay, I might have added 5 by mistake, but we'll get there. Anything that allows the heals to perpetuate around, I think is just a good idea. Alphabetical, we go to H for Healing Share. Okay. That's it. I don't think I'm going to enjoy encountering these corpse piles when it's time to fight them. I think they're going to be really hard.
Nevrons from the Axon Islands. What are they doing here?
Like Axons, they're Papa's creations, not Claire's.
I hope we didn't miss too much of that chat.
Disaster expedition, eh?
We could Pellerin heal. I gotta check his weapon as well. I don't remember what weapon we've got him on these days. Now we're on Almighty, so we can do whatever we want. The guy in the middle there seems to be having a bad time. Why don't we Luster Slice him?
My turn.
He's at max health, so Berserk Slash is out. Defiant Strike is great.
Ready to evade.
A bit of violence, yes.
Bonk, bonk.
Your turn to dance. Careful now.
I'll do it. Okay.
That's a lot of shields. Why don't we focus on taking out the guy in the middle who's currently stunned? Electrify is 3 hits. Medium height damage to all. Oh, and it would apply slow. Let's do Crippling Tsunami.
Feel the storm.
They may not take out their shields, many of them, but
There's a mayhem.
Charlier combo is 6 hits. It's going to burn right through those shields. Select Punches, though, might put this guy back in a mood to get... What's it called? Hexa Crush is only 2 hits. It does apply defenseless. And this is Bonk, which is none of the things that I just talked about. So, A... B...
Maximum damage.
And then Phantom Stars hits all of them. Oh, wow! You guys, I'm not sure that we've done a triple kill. Oh, there's a thing down here. And a lot of guys protecting it, which makes me want it all the more.
Let's finish this.
Feel the storm.
Getting that slow on all of them feels really good, and especially when we can do Luster Slices to get rush on Minoko. Select Punches feels like a great time for this guy. Not yet.
Let's carve a path.
And then we don't quite have enough to break. Defiant Strike is pretty cool. This person's floating, though. Actually, let's take a couple more shots, then. Okay. And then... Defiant Strike? Minoko's going to learn a foot attack off of this. Divine Strike. Aberration Foot. Let's just take a look. I kind of feel like anything that we unlock at this point is going to be... So we've got Aberration Light, it looks like. Deals high light damage to all enemies, 2 hits, 4 burn per hit. So it's 8 in total. I can do a little bit of math. And on Agile Mask, 2 more burn per hit. And then my math fails me. No, it's 12. That's really good. If you're going up against guys... If we don't have Mael in the party, as we don't right now, he would be a great source for fire damage if we wanted to go that way. Let me just double check. Are we learning anything? We're not. Yeah, we got Protecting Shots, which is only 3 points. Okay, let's memory bank Protecting Shots. Wait, I'm so sorry. Protecting Shots is 4,000 health. That's where that's coming from? Oh, gosh. Then I don't think I will take it off. We might just have him live with this, because I really like having him have this amount of health. Is there anything else that would be better for him, though? Augmented Counter maxes out. Oh, his crit rate is all the way down at 65. I didn't realize that. Let's actually put in Augmented Counter. And then Protecting Shots. We want to put that on to any other person. Little bit tempted. Yeah, he does not have a lot of health. Energizing Attack, I kind of feel we take that off. We haven't had to do a lot of base attacks on him. Let's take that off. We're going to put on Protecting Shots. That 4,800 health, that's tough to beat. And now everybody has... Well, she doesn't. Yeah, she's always going to be a little bit... I don't know what to do about that. She doesn't have very good defense, and she doesn't have any health. Basically, anytime she takes health damage, she goes down. What would we do about that? The 20% there is going to be rough. I guess what should we do is we just make her very shieldy. Doesn't she have another ability that gives her shields? We've used Gustav's Homage a lot. And it's really good when the targets are marked as they are anytime that she's fighting alongside Verso. Wasn't there something that gave her shield abilities? Let's apply Shell for all of the enemies. Degagement, by the way, target becomes weak to fire damage for 2 turns. I have not forgotten about this. I just don't know what I would put it in for. Because Gustav's Homage is her big, like, mega hit. Florette Fury is her follow-up mega hit. Swiss Stride is how we get into... what's it called mode? Virtuous mode, because they're always on fire. Breaking Rules shatters their shields. Offensive Switch makes them defenseless, and Spark is our big make people be on fire. Degagement makes them weak to fire. Everybody gets weak to fire. Maybe we put that in over Spark. Let's try that in over Spark. I don't know how I feel about it. What mode does... oh, and Degagement also puts us into offensive mode. Yeah, let's try that. Since she does so many attacks... since she does so much burn on her base attacks as well.
Great.
Recover 5% health on hitting a stun target. I don't object to learning that. We don't hit stunned targets that often. It's more often that they get right the hell back up.
Nice.
Oh, no, no.
Let's finish this.
I feel like the music has abandoned us, and I don't know why.
A bit of violence, yes. You're outmatched. Energized.
This is eerie without the music. Please come back, music. Why is there no music all of a sudden?
Good stuff.
Picto's already owned. We bought it elsewhere? I didn't know that you could get duplicate Pictos.
Almost there.
Mael,
Let's go.
You can do better. Time to bleed.
We don't need to take a shot with him. What we want to do with him is... we don't really need Pellar and heal. Then let's do take a shot. Now we're on All Might and we can do whatever we like. Let's... is any... wait, hold on. Is anybody ready for Bonk? No, and not yet. Boy, that's close. How Bonk is really cheap. Let's see if we can put in another couple bullets into this person. Do we think that's within 20%? That'll be. And now we're not going to fill 20% of the bar because we rotated the thing. Oh, I'm such a fool. Now we can bonk.
You're outmatched.
Nope, too early. Now we could use some Pellar and heal.
Energized.
Let us stain them.
Cut him down.
I want the music to come back, please.
Good stuff.
This is the first time in the whole game that there's been no music. We're not jumping down here, are we? No. If the lack of music is a bug, I will be upset. Oops. Was this... I feel like this person is fairly distinctive. Yeah, I got turned around. We'll touch the flag, but we won't rest. So we won't regenerate any of the guys. Give us a chance to do a quick upgrade. Minoko. We got him a good chunk of health. I don't think we need more of that right now. Some defense wouldn't go astray, especially since it scales off of his current weapon. And if we can get his crit rate up to 50% even, I would just feel good about that. Stendhal deals extreme single target void damage 1 hit, removes self shields and self applies defenseless. I have looked at this, I have not picked it up. And then, oh, she's got the 8 points. So this is Pyrolyze. Deals extreme single target fire damage 3 hits. Applies 5 burn per hit. So that's 15. In offensive stance, it applies 2 more burn per hit. Well, I want this, so we're going to buy this one. Now we have to think about where we're going to put in Pyrolyze. Because if we have the engagement that makes them weak to fire damage, Swift Stride is how we get into Virtuous mode, which allows us to do Floret Fury, which is not a requirement, by the way. It just stays in Virtuous mode. Breaking Rules annihilates shields, which I really like. So the place that it would most go is here, and the concern there is then this is our only non-fire attack. And I still think I'm going to put it in there. If it turns into an issue, then we'll have to give her some non-fire stuff, but this is really good for her. This is the culmination of everything that she's worked for. Self-burn and turn start while in defensive stance, receive heal instead of burn damage. Yeah. It's Stalum is perfect for her. Oh, and we still have to do Gommage. Who was it that learned Gommage? That was Mael, wasn't it? We have to do Gommage. Where do we see that? That's under skills? It's her level 3 gradient attack. I want to get her back into the party. Let's... Verso, are you learning anything right now? He's still learning Augmented Counter 3. I guess we could tag out Lune, because we've been doing pretty well. But because we've been doing so well, we're not going to see a level 3 gradient attack. I want to see what Gommage is like. Boy, that flag really draws the eye. Do we not? We don't go this way, though, right? Ah. Maybe I should continue. Maybe I should continue. Continue what? Forever, forever. The boy's gone silent.
Useful.
This is so present, it feels like it would be a trap. Wait, I'm sorry, just... Sometimes I like looking in these little spaces. Look at this little room. We will spend 0 minutes on this, but just a few seconds to appreciate. It's a room with a couch facing a window, and that's it. A little reading nook in the truest sense, provided that you can keep the sun out of your eyes.
That will help.
After all the mess that's happening, I was the only one curious enough to make the journey here. But this place is sad. Fight the merchant. Why not? Let's go with CL since we haven't seen her in a minute. And we want to see her new weapon in action.
I see you now.
Ready?
Kind of low on AP. 8 foretell, I'm going to say, is enough, but then again, we do get another sun card on her.
I feel better. I feel better.
Delaying Slash isn't that helpful since we're all, like, juiced up. Sealed Fate does double damage. Let's do that.
Ready?
Plentiful Harvest will get us back some AP, I think.
Give me your life.
Last turn of Twilight. Phantom Blade. Hey, thanks for the distraction. Now let me sell you the real goods. Full strength. 25% increased damage on full health. Well, we definitely want it. I'm just trying to think of who that would be good for. Mael, ironically, because she gets that free shield. And Lune could keep her all up. Yeah, that's a great Mael ability. There's literally no reason to save money anymore. So why don't we pick up some Resplendent Chroma Catalyst? We'll pick up all 5. Okay, some of these we have. Yes. Oh, but we can get some higher levels on them. Sadon is the one on turn start, gain 1 shield if at least 1 sun charge is active. Apply 5 foretell on enemies that break shields. Not bad. It's a light weapon, which is actually good for her. And the one that we have is level 12. So we get an upgrade all the way up 4 levels for $24,000. I do think that we buy that. This is a completely new weapon. Who is this for? Oh, this is for Mael. 1 AP on stance switch, which she does all the time. If stanceless base attack switches to defensive stance. I don't hate that. Yeah, if I wanted to be in anything, I'd want to be in defensive stance. Why don't we buy this in case we need it? We've certainly got the cash for it. This is one of Verso's swords. Apply rush on rank X. Rank S, rather. It's 2 levels for 30,000. That's a little expensive. And then maybe we buy some of these. Maybe we spend $10,000 buying these. Just in case maybe we don't spend that much of it. And then Color of Lumina, yeah. In retrospect, thinking back over the course of the game, I should have bought Color of Lumina every single time it was available. All right, full strength. Can we squeeze that onto Mael? Base shield at like auto powerful is probably the one that we take out, except that's her 20% crit rate. Where's this one? Hold on, not level. We want to know. Whoops, hold on. Augmented counter is still in progress. Full strength is health and defense. Double burn never comes off. It'd probably be this one. 20% crit rate is tough to lose, but full strength, health, and defense, which is, to be honest, what she really needs. She hits hard enough. Full strength it is. If we can find some other way to get her powerful, that'd be great.
Papa is somewhere past the gardens.
Okay. Glycem is nice. Allies recover 20% health on switching to Virtuous Stance. What I like about it is that it's something that she can do that's not fire damage for when that's necessary. And she gets free shells. Cleanse self-status effects when switching to Virtuous Stance. Seems pretty good on the whole. This would require one grandiose Chroma Catalyst. Let's just see, because, I mean, this really is her main weapon right now. Let's upgrade this. And I'm tempted to immediately upgrade it again, but let's take a look here. I gotta say, I'm really liking Lidson, and I feel like we can put a couple points into it. Look, you guys, look at the jump, and we'll unlock her level 20. This jumps from 1300 to 1700. Plus 3 AP on applying a buff or debuff once per turn. Do we want to up it to 1900? Kind of a little bit, but hold on. The other thing is, like, Dualiso is a major part of his whole build. I honestly think we're going to put the last 2 points into that. Oh, wait, before we go, though. So, she's currently using this. Yes. Let's upgrade this, because it's her ice one. And then, is there anything else cool? Let's face it, these, like, really low-level ones are not going to follow us up at this point. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything else that we're going to care about doing. I did not spend any Chroma Catalysts.
Useful.
Boy, a recoat. Can you imagine the playthrough where somebody was like, right here, right now, and they've burned through, what do I have, like 27 recoats? Because I haven't done a respec on any of my characters. They're the ones, like, that one is there for them. The person who got there and is like, oh my god, thank god. Oh, I wouldn't be able to finish the game without this. Now I can finally correct for that thing I did. That meme build where I put all of the points into defense. Nothing else.
I can't sustain the expedition as much longer.
Ned, we need to defeat them fast.
Are we going left and right at all? It does look a little bit like there might be stuff over here. Yeah, if you guys are going to be handing out character upgrade points, we're going to...
Good stuff.
We're going to grab those.
Flowing. Feel the storm.
No, we don't need Pellerin Heal.
Let's carve a path. Incoming. Watch out!
All right, little bit of a waste on the potential damage output there.
Okay.
Time to end this. This will hurt.
So one thing I'm noticing about Verso is that with the way that we've built him now, he is functionally never below B rank. If he gets a chance to go, then he immediately gradient fighter. 25% increased damage with gradient attacks. And it's only 5 points. Let's be sure to learn that, maybe right now. We need a little bit more time to do augmented counter, but we're gonna then switch up for that. I do think that we want to make a pass on some of his abilities, like Quick Strike. When was the last time that we did that? Let's tag that out for anything that's B or higher. Assault 0. Low single target damage 5 hits, uses weapons element, critical hits generate additional perfection. This is already better. We'll put that in. It's not that expensive. Is there something better? Removes all status effects from all allies and applies them to Verso. That might be a lifesaver. Maybe we put that in. We use Strike Storm. We use Defiant Strike. Berserk Slash... It's real good, man, when he is low on health. And then Marking Shot is the other one that's like C rank, where most of the time we'll just do Defiant Strike, which is 1 extra AP. Yeah, I think that we might ditch Marking Shot here. What do we like better? Purification deals medium light damage, dispels self status effects, and B rank. So, I mean, like, if we did Burden and Purification, what a great 1-2 punch. Steel Strike unlocks at S rank. Does Phantom Stars as well? Yeah, so I don't know about that, but Sealed Strike would be extreme single target physical damage, 13 hits, interrupted if any damage taken. Oh, it's after 1 turn. It's like a mega nuke, but you have to get him there without taking any damage. The risk reward on that is interesting. Applies powerful to 1 to 3 allies, increasing the damage they deal for 3 turns. Gives perfection, and at A rank it goes up to 5 turns. Deals medium single target damage, 3 hits, uses weapons element, heals self by 20% health if the target burns, which they almost always do with our crew. If he's fighting alongside Minoko, they won't, but on B rank it does more damage. Let's put this in for Marking Shot for right now. I'm very interested in Burden and Purification. I just don't know what I would take out to get both of those. And follow-up is... Single target light damage, damage increase for each free aim shot. Yeah, we picked this up. And at S rank it only costs 2 AP. Let's leave it like this, but follow-up would be really interesting on if we got up to S rank where he could just go shot, take it all the way down to AP, or sorry, 2 AP. Okay, this will teach us the Picto that we're trying to learn.
Don't die next time.
Takes him all the way up to 8 points, 8 AP on a B rank. Assault 0, critical hits generate 1 additional perfection. He might get all the way up to S rank on this. Wouldn't it be wiser though? But we can't break because we don't have 9 points. Yeah, let's do Assault 0.
Careful now. Foolish move.
kid likes you.
Get ready.
Okay.
We've already slowed them. Electrify would use our light if we wanted to do that. Terraquake also deals break damage to all enemies. Wait.
Cut him down.
Really satisfying way to end a fight. Now, we will have learned Augmented Counter 3. I think that we pop that. Man, that's a really nice crit rate bonus. What else did we want? Full strength would be interesting. I definitely want to learn this one. And then healing stun is less valuable. This one, look at this. We only lose 1% point on crit rate. We replace his defense, which I like, with speed, which I also like. I think we want to go with full, what's it called? Full strength. Because I think that Lune can keep him at... Oh, wait. She already has that? Okay, then maybe we'll pass on that and maybe tag her in, by the way. Gradient Fighter would be the next thing. Let's put that in so that he'll start learning that. But let's take Verso out and we will put in Mael again, since she's a level below. And Minoko stays in because he's 2 levels below. I cannot think of a game that I've played where I... Well, sorry, I was about to say where I left the, like, one character back and, like, never tried to level them up. Except in, like, X-Men Legends, I think X-Men Legends 2, X-Men, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, whatever it's called. I think that you had to, like, play all the characters. Like, they wouldn't get XP in the background at all, and it really wasn't a viable way to do those games. So there, I absolutely picked, like, a team and went with those. Interesting. Why do we suddenly have less AP? I guess we'll figure that out later. Let's go for... Miles already at full health, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's start getting our fire on, then.
Feel the burn.
Sweet taste of battle.
My sword is death. Lune, watch out!
Mostly getting this guy ready for the next turn.
That's filth. My sword is death.
Nice.
I wonder who it was who said 2,500? 2,450. Let's make it a realistic amount of chroma that somebody might have just dropped in. Yeah, 2,450 is a good number. Not 2,475, not 2,430. It's such a... I mean, it's gotta be some number. And yeah, I do think it's better. It's more satisfying on the whole to get that than like exactly 50, exactly 100 all the time.
Nice.
So trust that it's not a complaint. It's just more how that number. If it was me, I'd probably, you know, have something that would say, hey, we need to generate a certain amount of gold that over the course of the act will sum up to this amount. So let's generate a random number generator that will average to like that plus 10%.
Been extra inspired.
A most enticing challenge.
This is going to be a big one, so I don't know if we want to examine our build or just head straight in. We'll probably head straight in here. Okay, kind of meant to do the first attack.
I'm ready. My sword is dead. Lumiere, watch out. Parry it.
Why, yes, I'd love a dance.
All right, we can't heal until the inversion goes away, so we're just going to have to tank through it. For now, when we can bonk, I think that we do to get the... What's it called up? Break meter.
A storm is coming.
That's 9 points. We're a bit away from that. They're already weak to fire. Why don't we go for Swift Stride?
Your turn to shine. Time to lead.
Bonk. Bonk has been one of the most reliably useful abilities. Too early. We're still inverted. Immolation gets more burns. It's not marked. Electrify consumes our light to generate one more light stain. One additional light stain. And we get the two electrics. Okay. We're stanceless. I guess they weren't burning? I thought that they were.
Sword is dead.
Are you immune to burning? I think it is. I'm not a big fan of any of these without doing the shot. Why don't we... Oh, wait, we've got two guys that we can bonk. What am I saying?
My sword is dead.
Let us slay them.
Are we still inverted? Yes.
Your turn to shine.
Parry it. I can do it.
I'm getting the sense that inversion might be permanent until you die or otherwise take it off, which we can't do. We do have a gradient charge, though. Virtuous Strike, high physical damage, 5 hits. Gommage kills weak targets, otherwise deals extreme void damage. That's the actual description of it. Why don't we she's got 8 burn on her and we can't heal her. Well, let's offensive switch this guy then.
Ready to evade.
Yeah, everybody's still inverted. I'm pretty sure Mael dies on her turn, and then we might be able to heal her from there. Terraquake? Yes. We are not in what's it called stance. But we can do breaking rules.
Take down the shields. I'm okay. This and precision.
Pesca Crush will extend the defenseless for multiple more turns. Slack Punches is usually good for building up the break meter, which is very low right now. I'd rather have the defenseless right now.
I'm ready.
Stanceless. I took away her only thing that puts her into defensive mode. Oh, yuck. That's why we had it on there. Okay, well, lesson learned. I really missed defensive mode. Pyrolyze would get us there, but that's 9 points. Let's focus on then something relatively cheap. Oh, you guys, what's it called? Inversion wore off. Let's heal while we can. Can I? They're not marked as something that I can do. Okay. Did we just get inverted? I think that we did. Let me just shoot one of these. Yeah, no, I'm taking damage from that. So instead, let's bonk. Pyrolyze. Extreme fire damage, 5 burn per hit. Yeah, he's not going to like this. And we are in offensive mode, and this will put her into defensive mode.
Let's push
42 burn, by the way. We can no longer heal because we're inverted again. Let's go to Crustal Crush. That'll take out the shields and really fill that break damage meter.
Let's shake the earth.
Watch out!
I wonder what the damage was on 42 stacks of burn. Faster than strong. Always play twice in a row, but deal 50% less damage. Interesting. Not my favorite thing. It would give you more versatility to attack more different guys, but... I guess, you know where that would be really helpful would be for healing turns. Bring multiple guys back to life, do multiple heals.
Over there. And the chroma we need to bring back Lumiere.
Even I can sense him.
We'd better make sure we're ready.
We probably do have some points, but let's just take a look to see if there's anything that's particularly poorly suited. I do want Verso there, so Verso's going to be in the A team. Gradient Fighter is a big crit rate increase for him, up to 83%. I think that we keep that there. I think that we take out Auto Death. It's not really going to be helpful on a build like this, on a boss. Teamwork stays up, staggering attack stays up. Solo Fighter, I think we probably take off. Where's Auto Death? Death Bomb is nice, but maybe we don't need it right now. Now, the other revive-based abilities, I think that we probably leave on. Those would be pretty good. Healing an ally also applies Rush. He doesn't do that much healing. He's not hopefully going to be below 10% health too much, but he might be. I mean, it could come up. Let's assume that we're not going to be able to do too much counterattack on this for the first time. Augmented first strike once per battle. Yeah, not really good. 50% increased break damage on counterattack. I do actually kind of think that if we can do any counters at all, and then burning shots. Burning shots would be great. Although marking shots is better, because there's a couple things that benefit off marking shots. And then anything else for point cost? Oops. Solo Fighter, Auto Death. Let's go for Solo Fighter, in case it comes up. Aside from that, I don't think there's anybody that we feel like we really want to rebuild. Maybe Mael, because, at least for this, the degagement, it's so good, and that she doesn't have any way to get into defensive mode. And that's one of the things that Spark gave her. That was a reliable way to get back into defensive mode. Oh, gosh. Swift Stride is how we get into Virtuous Stance. Breaking Rules blows shields. This breaks. Oh, I don't know. Do we just live without... But a big part of this sword is that she heals in defensive mode when she's on fire, which is literally every turn. I think that we have to do something here. If we pop this, she can't... Oops. If we pop Fleuret Fury, she can't break. If we do this, she can't get into Virtuous Stance. If we do this, we have to live with their shields. And we don't get that free attack every once in a while. I feel like I might be willing to give that up for a boss fight. But then again, a boss is going to be so likely to generate shields, man. I don't know. You know what? Maybe we bounce offensive switch. We've got other things that put us into offensive switch, and then again, nothing that's going to make them defenseless. Unless she's fighting alongside Minoko, who's not going to be on her team. Oh, you guys, there's always so many things to think about. Do we take out Pyrolyze and put in Spark? We go all fire? Maybe we don't need to be in Virtuous Stance. Maybe we do take out Swift Stride. She gets back AP. I don't know, you guys. This is tough. Offensive switch and breaking rules, they go together so well. This allows her to break, which it's the only ability that does. This absolutely ignites people, and this is how we get into Virtuous Stance, and we get back a whole bunch of AP when we do it perfectly. This makes the target weak to fire, which is so much a part of everything else that she does. I'm stuck. I need a 7th slot. We must make a decision. We are going to... We're going to try it exactly like we are. No, we're going to take out offensive switch. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to put in Spark. Lune, I think that we do want to have Lune be able to... I don't think the slow is going to be as helpful here. We want her to be able to bring people back to life. On turn start, deals high ice damage to all enemies and heals allies. To increase from 3 to 5 turns. Oh boy, that's really good. I kind of want to put that in. Do we want to put that in over Crustal Crush? which really builds up that break meter and works well with Electrify. Typhoon does what? Ice damage? I think that we definitely put Typhoon in over Crippling Tsunami. The question is, do we get Rebirth in here? Where would we put Rebirth? Maybe over Immolation. Terraquake could be the way. Yeah, maybe we do bounce Crustal Crush to get Rebirth. And then we're going to put in Typhoon in the middle, because that's our nuke spot. Okay. We're satisfied there. And then with her, we're going to take out Bad Omen in favor of Focus Foretell, because that allows her to build up the Foretell a little bit faster. Do we want to remove Plentiful Harvest in favor of... What's her heal? Harvest? Harvest is a self-heal. And by God, with her health pool, it's going to be really good. I think that we replace Plentiful Harvest with Harvest, unless she has something that allows her to heal... Heals all allies by 30%. Yeah, I think we're going to go with Grim Harvest over Harvest. And that is Moon or Sun? That is Moon. Okay. I like this. Verso comes in, Monoko goes out, and we are good to go. Here we go.
Papa?
Alicia.
Please, I just want you to understand what this canvas means to me.
I do understand. I know how powerful and intoxicating it is. How deeply attached we can become to the worlds we pour our hearts and souls into. I was enthralled, and it nearly killed me.
It doesn't mean you have to erase Verso's canvas.
Child, do you think I want to? After all the sorrows we've endured, do you really think that I want to destroy this last piece of his soul?
Then don't.
Life keeps forcing cruel choices. We do what we must.
Grief often blinds us, and we make choices we can never take back.
You grieve for two.
I grieve for many.
The choices of parents leave indelible marks upon their children. But ultimately, the voices in their head have to be their own. You cannot set the boundaries of their life for them.
After the fire, you wanted me to find new joy in life. And I tried. But I couldn't. Verso died because of me. How do I get from that to joy?
will get better, I promise you. But this is not the way. Your friends speak truth. And it changes nothing. You can hate me. But that's a choice I must make. As your father, I must look out for you. Especially when you can't look out for yourself.
You treat me as if I'm still 5!
I treat you as if the shadow from the worst day of our lives is going to suffocate you and take you from us too! Enough. I said enough.
Lumiere, careful!
Let's keep going.
Lumiere didn't take that well. Okay. By the way, I don't think he got weak to fire when I did engagement. I don't think that works on bosses, so maybe a miscalculation.
Here we go.
Blades. On me.
No, he is weak to it.
I'll do it. Chroma is flowing.
Terraquake? Yeah, that'll break up his build up his break damage.
The toughness of Earth.
Finesse and grace.
Well, so close to S rank. From fire, medium lightning damage, 3 hits, heals self. He doesn't need the healing. We don't have anything at A rank. Defiant Strike will mark him for the next turn. Or the next attack, really. Which we can make pretty heavy. Boy, I want one more AP. We could do Pyrolyze, but let's do Fury.
Let's keep going.
Okay, we broke him. We don't need healing. Electrify, Immolation, Healing Light. Electrify gets us more points for Typhoon.
On me.
Every time.
Lumiere, watch out!
Stop this insanity. It's time to go home.
I do love a challenge, but this is beginning to irk me.
Fuck. He keeps regenerating.
Maybe we focus on the axons first.
No, she can't.
Mama.
Aline, you're going to kill yourself. It's too soon for you to return to any canvas.
Oh no.
Cut him down.
Yeah. He's still slowed. He's still on fire.
You're selfish, Aline!
Feeling better.
We're doing okay. We've got 4 tints. I can't do Typhoon yet. Immolation?
Feel the burn. Brace yourself.
Engagement.
Let's carve a path.
He was up at S rank, by the way. We were really ready to cut
Let's have
loose.
some fun.
Please. On me.
I was about to say probably time for another Terraquake, but we don't have the points for it. Now I do think that we're going to do Healing Light. I don't have a way to get another point. Why don't we go for... Swift Stride. He's ready to break. really low on APs right now. We've got all the points that we would need. We could probably go with some more health.
My turn. Time to end this.
From fire, it heals himself. It's not great. Strike Storm, 5 hits, 2 additional perfection. Phantom starts extreme light damage. Let's mark him up.
Look at Alicia. She can't be here. Aline is supposed to be you and me, not you against me.
Go home, Renoir. Go paint something else.
Why am I the only one who sees this?
Looking good.
No, it's not. Okay, we get to go 3 times before he gets to go again. Let's make him weak to fire.
A storm is coming.
Let's get Verso back up.
Did I die again?
He gets to go next. I would prefer that he didn't kill anybody, but I really want to take out the rest of his lives.
Put aside the canvas. It's killing you both.
Not this time!
Your mother was the one who saved me when I lost myself in a canvas. She taught me how to safely use our gift. How to soar without flying too close to the sun. We painted hundreds of canvas worlds, pushing the very boundaries of creation. And she never let me forget that every day we spent here has a price. Yet, here we are now.
So trust her. If she's doing this, then...
I trust what she taught me. This is not a game. You think you know what's at stake, but you don't.
I know precisely what's at stake. You want control. You want to feel like you're doing something. You couldn't save Verso, so you want to save us. Except you're not. Destroying the canvas won't help us move on. It'll just deny us the one place that helped us feel again.
67 years. 67 years I spent trapped within the monolith. But I persisted. I persisted. Do you know why? Do you know why I cannot leave her or you behind? This is what I see every day. I cannot spend another day with living corpses. Since the fire, our family has crumbled. Aline in the canvas. Clair fighting a solitary war. You, a living ghost. Verso's death broke us. Want it to be fixed. I need it to be fixed. I cannot lose you too.
Don't you see? That's how I feel about them. I can't lose them either. I've lost too much. Papa, see? I've lost so much.
We both lost so much.
Papa, I don't want to lose you either. I'm not leaving you forever. Just a little longer.
I want to trust you, but
you can.
keep the light on for you. I hope you find peace. Hold on to each other.
Verso!
I'm sorry.
It's time to stop painting.
You're tired of painting, aren't you? I'm tired too.
That's... You shouldn't be able to be here.
Mamon's gift.
Why did you run in? It's dangerous for you here.
See things as they are. Not how you want them to be.
What?
You lied to your father.
No.
He saw it too. But he wanted to believe. You're going to die here. Why don't you just leave? You can always come back.
The moment I leave, Papa will erase this canvas.
This is not worth your life.
What life? My life of loneliness in a shell of a body, with no voice and no future.
You're my El, no matter where you are. You don't need this canvas.
But everything I want is here. Here I have a chance to live, Verso to live. Out there I merely exist.
Life keeps forcing cruel choices.
Stop quoting Papa!
It's time to stop painting.
Verso! Papa also said, hold on to each other.
I'm sorry.
Kind of hoping the final battle wouldn't go this way. Decide the fate of the canvas. Oh no. So, if we're fighting as Verso, ultimately the goal is to end the story, end this painting, the fact that it's moving forward, that events continue to occur, and presumably eject Alicia back into the real world. Oh my god, I don't know. And then if we fight as Mael, then it's to stay and to continue having adventures with her friends forever and ever. And at issue is, and I don't want to make this a big issue, but we don't know anything about the outside world. Not really. They live in a house. There's a faction called the Writers that Clair is off having a war with that are apparently responsible for the fire that took Verso, real Verso's life. I need to talk and I need to make a decision. We can't linger here forever. Here's the problem that I'm coming up with. We saw what happened to Aline. Mael promised her father that she was going to leave. She lied. He knew she lied. He wanted to believe. She's going to spend the rest of her life in here. I don't really claim to understand what that does to somebody, but Eileen was not doing well, for sure. I just don't know how much of that was being locked in this 67-year-old struggle with her husband after the fracture. Well, no, that's how long he spent in here. She was presumably in here for a lot longer than that, because again, time is not passing equivalently. The part that I'm really struggling with is the idea that if I play as Verso, I'm going to eject Mael from the painting for her own good, send her back into a life where she is miserable, she can't talk, she's badly scarred, and for all I know is in some sort of enduring pain. That her one source of solace in the world is going to be taken away from her. And it's so flippant and easy to say, well, if you live in the real world, then you'll be able to find solutions, you'll be able to find something better for yourself. And what if she can't? What if this is just cruel? What if it's just cruel to take away what she wants? And then I come to, well, what is functionally the difference between this and watching somebody wash away in a sea of amphetamines? Watching somebody get lost in a holodeck on Star Trek and just spend all of their time conjuring up playful fantasies so that they never have to face the real world? I don't know. I feel like I probably sound a little bit more irritated. I'll say this, it's not an easy choice. It really isn't, and I have to make a decision. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess where it's going to come down to ultimately is that it's not just about Mael, is it? Because this is the point that I've made before. Lune is a real person. She may live inside the canvas, but she had parents. She has goals. She has things that she wants to do. Remember when they thought everything was settled and Ciel said, what are we going to do with all of this time? Decades and decades ahead of us. That for the first time, she could look forward to something. If Mael stays in the painting, she can return Pierre to Ciel. The two of them might have an opportunity to have another kid. Isn't that worth something? And if in the process to that, Mael is also happy, she gets to be young and healthy and active and interacting with people that are every bit as real as they would be in the outside world, whatever warping or damaging effect that this is going to have on Mael, 16 is awfully young to make this kind of decision. But presumably her dad could come back in if it really got bad. I think we're going to fight as Mael. And I think it's not entirely about what's good for Mael or what Mael would, like what's best for her, because I don't think that I know that. But it's definitely what's best for every other person that we've met in the entire story.
Verso, stop! You can't just decide this for everyone!
We're all hypocrites, doing the same thing to each other.
Oh no, look at her health. So, let's use an item, please. In defensive stance, she heals instead of taking damage from the fire. But if we don't do something else, then she's going to go stanceless. So let's go to Swift Stride.
What about Lune and Ciel and Monoko? What about Escassier?
Ciel was right. Grief blinds us. All you see are walls.
Please. Thank you. Stop him from painting.
Don't say that. Please, don't say that.
Hey, please, listen to me. Only you can do this. You can do this, please. Unpaint me. Unpaint me.
So...
Please. I don't want this life.
Stop saying that.
I don't want this life. I don't want this life.
I just wanted to live this lifetime together. This lifetime that was stolen from us. Please. Bro. Please.
I don't want this life. Help me. Help me.
If you could grow old, would you find a reason to smile?
So that was really good. To talk through the ending of the game here, for the ending, I pretty much said what I had to. I was really torn on which way to go. And that's because I fell so swiftly into the trap of thinking, well, Maëlle is real, and Renoir is real, and Aileen is real, and what's going to be the best for them? And this plea that Verso makes to Alicia, basically, to stop the painting, to let all of this stop. And we already knew his feelings, that he was done with this. He has been Peter Pan living in Neverland for decades, and it's lost all of its charm, all of its whimsy. He knows his own nature and the nature of the world around him, and he's done with it. Also, it can't be easy to understand that you are the lure that has been trapping your own mother in this toxic environment for as long as it has. And even now, she's re-entering the painting to her own detriment. It's much too early for anyone to be coming back into the painting. Technically, this is an echo, a written version of Verso. It's not actually his biological mom, but it is. He is a copy, an exact copy of Verso of when he was alive. So for him, that is his mom. And he's been spending decades watching her suffer. So if there's a particular darkness here to the end, it's the fact that he isn't released from that. After all that everything's gone through, Maëlle wasn't able to grant him his final wish and let him go, which I have to note would have solved the other major problem. Renoir wanted to erase the canvas because even if he was able to forcibly extract his wife, Aileen was just going to come back. She couldn't let it go. She kept coming in again and again and again, and eventually just came in and never came out, which I think is what ultimately resulted in the fracture. If Verso isn't here, then that resolves the Aileen problem. They have a new Alicia problem, but allowing Verso to be unpainted, which is what he wants, which I think is really, really important to understand, that's a very, very dark ending. And I'm just noting that. What makes the difference is that, as I pointed out when we first discovered the nature of this world, it's really easy to look at this and say, we're going to leave Maëlle sort of languishing in this pretend world for the benefit of saving all of these pretend people. But one of the things that makes the structure of this story so brilliant is that we spent 36 hours getting to know everybody in this world as real people. They're all fake. They all live in a video game. None of these are real people. But once we've been asked to engage and accept them as real, if we're later told, oh, LOL, no, they're just storybook characters, but they are real. They super are. And I just feel like that's what broke it one way. I wasn't going to, but I could have flipped a coin. I really didn't know in that point. And what turned it over was remembering, wait a second, Alicia is not the only person in this story. As much as I completely sympathize with what Verso is having to say, we have to consider the dozens and dozens of other people that we've met and the hundreds or thousands of people that we haven't met. Should the wooden people, the Minokos of the world, I'm not thinking of the world, should they all be wiped away? They live. They might be kind of violent weirdos, but they still exist. And by the way, they have families, they have relationships, they have Nokos that they care about. I can never remember the name of the really big guys that we met at the train station that settle all of their problems with poetry and like appeals to verbal persuasion. But those guys, they get all wiped away as well. Now, maybe they exist in the real world. There was a single line of dialogue that would lead me to believe that maybe Minoko either literally exists in the real world or maybe Minoko is a fictionalized version of somebody that Verso knew in the real world. That is left ultra vague, and maybe it's covered further in a journal that I didn't find. But that's one of the things that I meant when I said we don't really know what the outside world is like. We don't know what it's like for Alicia, and we don't know what it's like in general. We're only given these vague, not vague, but these very loose and distant snippets, because I think that the writers want us very focused on the world that we find here in the expedition. Aside from that, I never once thought that we would see Gustave and Sophie again. I don't know why I wouldn't have thought that, because it makes all the sense in the world. It just never occurred to me. The idea that they would repaint Pierre was great, and I did see him there. But no, then you see Verso up on stage getting ready to play the piano. God, that's dark. I really... In the balance, it's the trolley problem. Do you consign one person to a hell of infinite life in a world that they know they're out of place in and will be suffering psychologically forever, but it's the only way to ensure that thousands of other people get to be born, grow up, pursue their life, liberty, and happiness, and then presumably pass away in a way that doesn't involve being vaporized into flower petals. This world was incredibly gorgeous. It was visually very evocative, very inventive, extremely colorful, except when it wasn't, when it would go to these very stark black and white. I love the fact that you suddenly get this very vertical framing. That's more in line with how a painting canvas would often be. You can have landscapes, I know that, but in terms of portraits, I think that it's Mael's. You only ever see that from Mael when she's having one of her visions, when she's sort of brushing up against knowledge of this painter clan, the real world that's out there. And I think that that's meant to communicate that she feels those like walls, that there's corners, there's edges to this world that she might not be able to perceive with her eyes or her hands, but she can still sense them. And I think that's what the pillar boxing in those cutscenes is setting up. It's just this story really resonated at a couple different points. Without lingering on this next thing, just because I did talk about it a couple different points, I am so impressed that they managed to take the story of an old immortal guy with his weird ghost wife living in a mansion, and they have this badly scarred young woman who wears a mask, and he's presented as somebody who is just interested in murdering the expeditioners as they come to the continent, just because he thinks that that will earn him further immortality. Remember that that's how all of this was originally pitched. They took that story, which was like, well, I guess we'll see where it goes, but that seems kind of basic and kind of makes me not like this guy. And they completely flipped it on its head. They spun that into something so much more interesting, where the reason that final decision was as hard as it was is because I absolutely empathized with everything Renoir was saying. I got it. Like, I got him as soon as that turn happened, and what was that, the introduction to Act 3, I was like, oh my god, this is one of the best written antagonists that I can remember in gaming. We have a character who is motivated purely and simply by the undying love to his own family, and that we get some even more drops there at the end where he's talking about how he was once losing himself into a painting, and it was Eileen that went in and got him. That wasn't even necessary for the story in order to make it as complete as it was, but the fact that that's also in there, that he is ultimately trying to repay the favor, trying to do for her what she did for him, and draw her out of this inability to grieve and to lose herself in this world where it's the only way that she can connect with the son that she lost. Our entire world is defined by this one family's grief. It was really, really powerful, and I think that they did a phenomenal job with this. I also note that in a way that never felt overbearing or too cute, there's so much room to expand on this. I'll just go on record as saying I don't think it would be a great idea to revisit these characters and this specific world, when what they've done now is sown the seeds of Clair, a character that we see one time for like 45 seconds, and then we hear a little bit about the relationship that she had with Escassier, the relationship that she had with Francois, of all people. That was her best friend, The Rock. Oh, I love Francois so much. But also that she's fighting this war against the writers. The writers caused the fire, or at least they think they did. Who knows if that's even true? There's a much bigger world out there, and upon now learning that Clair was voiced by Devora Wilde, I'm hoping that somewhere there exists a contract with her signature on it saying that she will be a major character or the main character in Clair Obscur 2. The combat system was fantastic. The combat system never ever got old. I feel like I found some ways that I wanted to play the characters, and I do feel like the characters tend to arc in one direction. Ciel is very good with dark damage. Mael is very good with fire damage, which, as Marquardt pointed out, very on brand for what she's been through. How interesting that she took one of the darkest elements of her own life and turned it into one of her greatest strengths. But it's not her only strength. There's a whole build for Mael that you can see in the tree where she's ultra tanky. She's taking damage on behalf of other characters, and I think using them to like generate shields, where she's actually one of the tankiest characters, which again plays really strongly into an aspect of her personality that she wasn't able to protect Verso in the real world. She's not able to save her family. She entered into the painting to try to intervene in this fight that's happening, and she got lost. She stopped being Alicia and started being Mael, but one of her character builds is to protect her other friends that she has now. It's thematically so perfect, and I just really like that. The backstory for Ciel really got to me, with the story about how she came to meet Escassier and what the reveal was on that. The seeds for that were sown so early and so sparingly that it was really difficult to know where that was going. And I'm just relieved that I don't think I spent too much time spinning up all of my various theories, which I was looking for evidence of a time loop or like a cycle that the world was operating on. I still don't think that it's any kind of mistake that Gustave looks so much like Verso and Renoir. However, I think that that is mostly A, sometimes people look similarly to each other, and B, it helps to complicate that feeling between the fake world and the real world. Because again, Mael has an older brother here in the canvas that is so reminiscent of the actual older brother that she had, maybe a little bit more of an inventor and less of an adventurer, but so reminiscent in so many ways. And the fact that you are introduced to Gustave through this relationship that he had with Sophie, where the two of them went their separate ways romantically because he wanted to have kids and she didn't. That's just an incredibly human story. That's a real division in life paths that we see real people come up against. And it just immediately grounded this world where the Eiffel Tower is sort of smeared off to one side and lanterns and pieces of debris are floating up in the sky. And what is, for many intents and purposes, Paris is an island out in the middle of the ocean because the fracture happened. And in the midst of that setting, you get a story about a guy who's reconnecting with his girlfriend on the last day that she's going to be alive, and that they still have such intense feelings for each other, but it ultimately couldn't be made to work out because they couldn't come to an agreement on whether or not they should have kids, with the knowledge that she was going to die, I guess, about a year before he would. The Paintress was awesome. I wasn't sure what to make of it because, you know, the Paintress is apparently just sort of curled up with her head down on her knees, seen from a very far distance, but all of the evidence was pointing to every year she would get up and paint a new number down and all of the people would be vaporized. So it made all the sense in the world that she was doing it. And then we learned, of course, that no, she's not. And she was, in fact, it was a warning. She was trying to protect everybody, but her power was waning. I'd have to think on whether or not it has the best turn-based combat system that I've played. It definitely feels that way right now, but I want to be careful about recency bias. What made it so good is that all of the attacks had slightly different timings. Doing the timings correctly made them noticeably more potent, but with only a couple exceptions, failing them didn't like botch the whole thing, so you never felt like you wasted your turn. Maybe that's amplified in the harder difficulties, I don't know. And then the relationship between just tanking damage, dodging, or parrying. Man, did it feel good when you got it. And on the rare occasions that I was able to discern the incoming attacks well enough to dodge correctly or even parry correctly a gradient attack on the very first time I ever saw it, an adrenaline rush, like I feel like explains why people play FromSoft games. It felt so good during all of those. That's really a testament to both the visual and audio cues that the game uses to communicate, and I just think it's brilliant. I can't possibly imagine how much time and energy went into designing and playtesting and tweaking and rebalancing this combat system. So good. It's so incredibly good. I was wondering there at the end if we would have gotten all of that dialogue with Lune referencing her parents and CL. I'm trying to remember exactly what she said, but about I agree. No, you grieve for two, and she says, I grieve for many. I grieve for many, I think was her line. But if we didn't get those story beats, some of those lines of dialogue wouldn't have made sense. So I am a little bit curious if we would have gotten those lines of dialogue, or if there's a little bit of variance there at the end if you reach maximum level with them. Escassier was a ton of fun. I love Francois. Minoko is a little bit of an enigma even at the end, but they did so much to use a phrase, humanize him by making his relationship with Noko so central, and I really like that. Plus the fact that he just came to it with, he wasn't just not a human, his entire combat thing was completely different, where he was just shape-shifting, and of course that's a thing that he can do because he collects the feet of his enemies. You know, just a thing that's done in this world. The fact that Lune can float and do all these elemental attacks, and she has this weapon that's completely different from everybody else. The fact that CL can use those foretell cards, and she has this sun and moon ability, and just everybody accepts it. It's just a thing in this world. I just really like that aspect of it. This is not a story about how everybody got their abilities and then the Avengers assembled. It's just people in this world can do these certain things. I will say that I was very surprised. At the start of the game, we saw that Catherine, we saw her body, and in that combat sequence, when they first land on the beach, and old man, who we later learn is Renoir, just starts cutting them down. It was so chaotic that it was difficult to tell who did and didn't get killed. I was just surprised at some of the other characters, like I think Lucien was one of them, and there were a couple people that you get introduced. I just spent probably the first solid 2 acts of the game assuming that we were going to reunite with some of them, and then we just didn't. We do learn how Mael came to be at the manor, because Verso got her and brought her there for safety. I don't feel like I have a very clear idea on how it is that CL wound up at the Nevron village, but maybe Escassier did that, because she and Escassier already had an existing relationship, and, well, at least Escassier knew about this. Maybe he rescued her and brought her there, and that's why she woke up there, because she woke up very far away from everybody else in a way that I never saw explained, and also not every single detail. I'm just saying that that was one of the things that I didn't know there at the end. I believe that's it. But a special shout out to the moderators. Solid Chrome Hickey, Harmonious Crow, Hayes and That K were here for every single episode, and they did such a good job of helping to moderate to make sure that no spoilers slipped through or anything like that. Just a huge, huge, huge thanks for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed the story as much as I did in the gameplay, because you spent a lot of time here and it's deeply appreciated. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening, and we will see you again in the next one.